Wake up, Mr. West! Wake up, Mr. West! Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful, prosperous, and abundant Monday. I hope you guys are having a great Monday today. You know what we're talking about. We're talking a little bit about the sprinkling of this on there for you. And of course, what are we supposed to make of Kanye West running for president? Let's get into it. So for those of you that don't know, Kanye West posted on his social media account a couple of days ago that he is officially announcing his run at presidency for 2020. Now, the plot thickens just a little bit more. And the reason why that is Elon Musk, you know that guy. That's the guy that owns Tesla. That's the guy that just successfully put people into outer space with SpaceX. That's the guy whose ideas are so far out there, yet all of them work. Yeah, that guy. He also backed Kanye West. So what are we to make of Kanye running for president? And what exactly is going to happen? Is it going to be a good thing or is it going to be a bad thing? And that's what we're going to get into in today's video. Now let's think about this. A couple of short years ago, Kanye West was interviewed. And in this interview, it was one of the most controversial ones that we've heard in a very long time. Kanye poured his heart out in this interview. He mentioned how, as an African American, he felt suppressed, but he also mentioned that slavery was a choice, which he got a lot of flack about. People didn't like this Kanye. People didn't like the things that he was saying. People called him fake. People said that he has lost his mind. What is he thinking? He's turning his back on us. This is the same Kanye West that created a lot of controversy when he went to meet with Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump is supposed to be a racist. Donald Trump is supposed to be somebody who doesn't have the best interest of others in mind and just runs this country as a business. Yet Kanye West went to go visit him and give him his support. And so we've seen the uglier side of Kanye. Also seen some greatness in Kanye as well. We've watched him go from the College Dropout album to a successful music career to a complete breakdown when his mom passed and he made My Dark Twisted Fantasy, which a lot of people thought was a darker side of him, to him being in debt and actually broke and not having two nickels to rub together. We've seen every single side of Kanye West, and this presidency should come as no surprise that he would do something like this. Now, just as many bad things as there is to focus on Kanye, there are also some good things as well. First and foremost, Kanye is somebody who understands business. He understands what it's like to take a company that's not making any money, that is severely in debt, and using it to create a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Yeezys are over $1 million brand, period. And this is all the while creating just a plain white t-shirt that sold for hundreds of dollars, to shoes that cost over $300 a pair, and sometimes even more. This comes from a man who had no experience in the apparel industry, had no experience in the shoe industry, yet he found a way to turn himself from somebody who was in debt and a depressed individual to somebody who is now worth over $1 billion, and he's only climbing in his net worth. So when it comes to running a country, does he have what it takes? Well, from a business side of standpoint, I would say he does. And that's really important when you think about this, because right now, America is a big business. We're a big corporation. Everything's for sale. We're renegotiating deals with China right now. We're in the process of rewriting the North American Free Trade Agreement because it was stacked more heavily in Mexico and Canada's favor. We're starting to bring more jobs back home because we understand that in order to keep America on track and in order to keep the value of the American dollar up, we need to start producing more goods here. We need to start having more business ideas pop up here. And we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can to support the American dream. And in that regard, I think Kanye has what it takes. What about generations to come? Because I think this is where we really have to look for his presidency and how successful it will be. Right now, we're at a very delicate time. There are race wars going on. There's talks of segregation. There's rioting. There's looting. There are people that are arming themselves outside of their house with promise of threatening violence on others if they overstep their boundaries. This is single-handedly tearing America apart. And right now, we don't have much of an answer for it. So what I think Kanye would bring is a sense of unity to our country. Now, some would argue and say, well, his ideas are pretty out there and they're pretty radical. And I'm not going to disagree with that. But he's somebody who has lived the poorest of the poor and also the richest of the rich and knows how to assimilate with both classes. He's somebody who raised himself from poverty to greatness in a short period of time and did it all while making business deals with people of every single demographic. He's also somebody who knows how to relate to black people just as much as he knows how to relate to white people. He's somebody who can see the vision for a better country and be able to work toward it through negotiations. He negotiates business deals the same way he would negotiate our country. And I think that Kanye would be a leader that would be extremely underrated. Somebody who may not seem like he knows what it takes to be successful, but somebody that if he's put in the right position and he has the right support, could make our country into an unstoppable force. I think he's an underrated candidate. I think that he's somebody who, given the right opportunities, given the right situations, and having the right people around him, keeping his head above water and keeping him where he needs to be in order to not let others influence him and steer his vision away, I think that this is somebody who can make some serious change in our country and can bring people together and can do it in a way that America's never seen before. So am I saying that he would most certainly be successful? I'm not saying that by any means. But am I saying that if he is surrounded by the right people, given the right opportunities, and can negotiate the way he's been able to negotiate in the past, will he be successful? There's an extremely likely opportunity, especially with his current circles and the people he runs around. The Elon Musks, the Jay-Z's, the Donald Trumps, the Barack Obamas, all of them. He's somebody who, given the right situation and the right circumstance and the right opportunity, he can make this country into a supreme power once again. And all it would take is just all of us backing him. So do I think Kanye West would make a good president? I think that given a fair shot, I think he has an opportunity to. I'm not going to say he definitely will. I'm not going to say he definitely won't. I think he's somebody who sees the change that needs to happen. He's somebody who resonates with the change that needs to happen, and he's somebody who can bring about that change needed for us to come together as a country, to come together in unity, and to put America back on track the way it needs to be put on track from a business standpoint. And all it would take is just support. Not only from us, the American people, but also the circles he runs around. And so I think that Kanye West running for president really helps our country regardless if he wins or doesn't win, because it opens up a lot more discussion for people who don't have a political background to start running for office and giving a fair shot at getting elected. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Kanye West running is a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? And do you support him or do you not support him? Do you think that he's going to go to his old ways of thinking that people need to be awake and that he's not going to make any sort of difference? Or do you think that he's somebody who's going to stop, take a back seat, understand the situations and circumstances that are happening in today's America, and being able to work for us people and together with us people to create that better society. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, give this a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. It's right there. It's right there. It's glorious. So hit that if you haven't subscribed already. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for tuning into today's video. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Peace.